Okay, thank you for watching this video. I am going to explain how to use the Kami application along with Google Classroom to submit work. In particular, this would be math work, and when a teacher is asking a student to show their work or demonstrate their process directly in the Kami document, we want to know how can we do that? What are some of our options? So the first thing is when you're in Google Classroom and your teacher has assigned a work on Kami, you often will get this open with Kami or just that PDF. If you click on the PDF, it just opens this way and it's asking you how to open it. As long as you've put the Kami extension in your Chrome browser, you'll also have the option to open with Kami directly from here. Alternately, often teachers will also put in a link that will help you to open it directly with Kami. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to open it directly in this Kami app. That works really well if you're using an iPad. Now, once the document opens, you have many options here. So one of your options is to draw. It came right up for me in the drawing. You have an equation editor, which would allow you to type an equation directly into your work. You've got a text box, you've got a comment box, you've got a markup box, there's text to speech, there's a dictionary, there's the select tool, you've got shape tools and eraser, you can add media, and you can even add a signature to your work. So I am looking at this work and I do have a tablet so I can write directly on it somewhat easily. So I often like to write in pink, but I could show my work directly on here, 1075 divided by 5. Right? I can take two fives or two groups of 5 out of 10 because 2 times 5 is 10. I do my subtraction, bring down my 7. I can take one group of 5 out of 7 because 1 times 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2, so I would have 2 left over. I'll bring down that last 5, and I can take 5 groups of 5 out of 25. Because 5 times 5 is 25, I subtract, and so my quotient is 215, right? So this would be one way of doing your work directly in the Kami document. What if I can't do my work directly in the Kami document? What if I need way too much space? What if I just prefer to write on notebook paper? How would I then add my work to my Kami document? Well, you can do that easily by doing your work on notebook paper. Take a picture of your work and transfer that picture, or transfer it as a PDF, whichever you prefer, but transfer it to your computer desktop. Then open that file from your computer desktop. Yep. So I'm going to open a file and I'm going to show you how I would do that. So I'm going just to my desktop. I'm going to open a file from my desktop. So let me pull that in here so you can see my file. Now, obviously, I don't have actual math work on here, right? But this is what you would do. So I'm opening up my file. Now, I want to take a screenshot. If you're on a Mac, and I believe this works the same way on a Chromebook, but on a Windows, it's going to work slightly differently. But to take a screenshot, I'm going to use the Command, the Shift, and the number 4 keys. And you can see I get these little crosshairs. So if this is what I want to take a screen capture of, I'm just going to highlight that area and then let my finger off my mouse. And it takes the screen capture. It's going to put that screen capture right on your computer desktop. Now, when you want to enter that screen capture into your Kami document, you go to the Add Media button. So you're going to click on Add Media, and I'm going to pull it from my computer. Now, if you took that screen capture, you could upload it to Google Drive. You're not going to do a Google image search for it because it's not on the web, but there are other options for what other media you can add. We're going to go to my computer, and my screenshot was that top one. That's the one I just took. So I'm going to click on that screenshot and click Open. And when I do that, Kami will allow me to bring that picture, that image, right into the Kami document. And you can see it's telling me to click to drop. So I'm going to put it somewhere in the document where I want it, click to drop. It is way too big for the space that my teacher has provided, so the little button down at the bottom right-hand corner will allow me to resize that image. So I'm going to resize the image to kind of make it fit. You can move it around. You can even crop the image if you needed to. If I needed to take some of this extra white space out, for instance, right? I can crop my image. Then once I've moved my bars around to crop that image the way I want to, I just double click on the image and that's going to crop that image for me. Again, once I've cropped it, I can resize it again if I want to. If I don't like the way I cropped it and I wanted to try a different cropping, double click on the image again and those bars open back up, and now you can drag those bars again and do some more cropping. So that would be one way of adding your written work from your notebook paper right into the Kami document. Now, I prefer to have the written work right where the problem is, but sometimes you still have way too much written work to fit there and still make it legible. So your other option is to hit the plus button down at the bottom of your page to add more pages. So I'm going to click the plus button. It's going to ask me how many pages, and I can even choose what kind of pages. Do I want lined, grid, music sheet, blank? And do I want it in portrait or landscape mode? I'll just keep it in portrait mode. I'm going to click add. And so now it has added an extra sheet of paper to my work. So now that I have this extra page, I can add a whole page of written work. So I'm going to go back to my add media. I'm going to click on my computer. This is where I'm adding the media from. I'm going to click this document, and you'll notice I can only add image files. I don't think I can add, well actually let's try it. Can we add the PDF file right in here? So you see that? I cannot add a PDF file. So if you wanted to add your whole page of work, then you're going to have to add it as an image file. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to add media. I'm going to pull in this image file. I'm going to drop it on this page, and then I could take this and make it bigger. So if you have a whole page of written work, make sure that you take a picture of it, not a PDF scan of it, but an actual image file. So a PNG file or a JPEG file. Those are the types of files that you would want to use in order to insert your media into your Kami document. But this would be how you're showing your teacher your written work, the process that you're following. I always like to say to my students that this is how you are demonstrating your thinking or making your thinking transparent. Thank you for watching.